Ladies and gentlemen, this weekend, WWE is heading to Paris, France, as they are hosting Clash in Paris. Now, WWE PLEs are usually on Saturday, but this one is on a Sunday. Now, if you guys are living in America, this is the final main roster PLE to be airing on Peacock. Why is that? Because WWE is moving away from main roster PLEs airing on Peacock to air their main roster PLEs on ESPN. And like I said, this will serve as the final main roster PLE for those who live in America that will be aired on Peacock. I will tell you that NXT PLEs will actually still be on Peacock and Saturday night's main event. But enough talk about that, let's talk about Clash in Paris. As of right now, there are a total of 5 matches on the show. Now, I keep seeing people complaining about how Triple H books the pay-per-views like 5 matches or 4 matches per PLE. There should be a 6th match or a 7th match. For me, I think it's fine to have like 5 matches on the show. If there's not enough feuds to put on a PLE, then save it for another time. Like sure, we have Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles, but they're saving that for Monday Night Raw. Why are they saving it for Monday Night Raw? Well, because I think they're doing this so that they can make the shows before, like SmackDown or Raw, like after, special, you know? They want to make the shows feel special. But enough of that talk, let's actually talk about Clash in Paris, as the first match we got is Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. So how did we get here? Bronson Reed, for the past number of weeks, has been stealing Roman Reigns' pairs of shoes. That's literally what this feud is about. And by the way, this is a first time ever match between these two. And ever since Bronson Reed stole Roman Reigns' pair of shoes, he decided to wear it like an Uwafala, calling it the Shoeafala. And Bronson Reed also calls himself the Tribal Thief. So when Roman Reigns took some time off, Bronson Reed was just calling himself the Tribal Thief, owning the Shoeafala, thinking that he's the new tribal chief. Meanwhile, on Monday Night Raw a few weeks later, when Jey Uso was taking on Braun Breaker in an Extreme Rules match, Roman Reigns makes his return by attacking Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and even calling him out too, and asking for a match at Clash in Paris. So next week on Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns was confronted by Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed. Roman Reigns storms out of the ring and starts brawling with Bronson Reed. Now, this was not even over, because around the end of that Monday Night Raw, they started fighting again. And now it leads to here in Clash in Paris. Now who wins this match? I'm going with Roman Reigns. Of course, because he's the tribal chief and he needs to get his shoes back. And as for Bronson Reed, that little gimmick that he has as the tribal thief is gonna last until Clash in Paris. Now what does Roman Reigns do after that? Does he continue feuding with the Vision? We'll see. Now the next match I want to talk about is for the Women's Intercontinental Champion, as the champion Becky Lynch goes one-on-one with Nikki Bella. So how do we get here? Well, Nikki Bella actually confronted Becky Lynch on one episode of Monday Night Raw. Nikki Bella tells Becky that she wants the Women's Intercontinental Championship because she has never had it before. And then Becky Lynch goes off and tells Nikki Bella about John Cena, the history of Nikki Bella and John Cena. Now, as of last Monday Night on Raw, I actually want to mention this before continuing to talk about this. Becky Lynch made a comment about Ozzy Osbourne. I'm not going to mention it because it goes way too far. Now, Kelly Osbourne, the daughter of Ozzy Osbourne, actually posted this on her Instagram, saying, "Becky Lynch, you are a disrespectful dirtbag. Birmingham would not piss on you if you were on fire. Hashtag Birmingham forever. Shame on the WWE for allowing such things to be said about my father and his home." Now, is WWE going to apologize of what Becky Lynch said on Monday? They probably did. Maybe I just didn't see it. But yeah, that line was way too far. But back to this. Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella at Clash in Paris. Who wins this match? I unfortunately have to go with Becky Lynch. She's not going to be losing the title anytime soon. Now, as for Nikki Bella, sure, she's got one more run in her, but I don't think a singles title is going to work. Maybe reforming the Bella Twins with Brie, maybe getting the tag team champions, might work for her. Now the next match I want to talk about is a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, as it is Sheamus versus Rusev. Now, let me tell you, Sheamus does not have bad matches. And throughout the past number of months, Sheamus and Rusev have put each other into hell, having very stiff matches, fighting all over the place, backstage, even in the crowd. Now, if you're wondering why Sheamus is feuding with Rusev, if you guys have been living under a rock, Rusev made his return on the Raw after WrestleMania, and he began attacking the Alpha Academy. This continued until Sheamus stepped up to Rusev, and for the next number of months, they've had banger matches. And on one episode of Monday Night Raw, they've brawled all over the place, even backstage, when Adam Pearce literally had to stop them along with security guards and referees as he was screaming his ass off, and announced that Sheamus vs. Rusev is happening at Clash in Paris in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Now you may be asking, what is a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match? It's no countouts, no disqualifications, you have barrels, bars, stools, something that you would see in like Ireland and stuff, or like other European countries and stuff. It's a street fight, yes, but you're using those as weapons. So who wins this match? I'm going with Sheamus here. Now, why am I going with Sheamus here? Because I want Sheamus to like get back into trying to get the Intercontinental Champion, because he hasn't won that title yet. Now, I've heard someone say that Rusev and Sheamus could be fighting throughout the entire year and could actually have them turn into a tag team. Sheamus could still be a babyface, and Rusev could actually turn into a babyface. That's if WWE has the plan to do that. Now, the next match I want to talk about is John Cena versus Logan Clown. Now, I know why we're getting this match. Logan Clown had John Cena in his podcast, and he actually asked for it. Ever since stepping foot in the WWE ring, Logan Clown knew that he wanted to face John Cena. Now, in the weeks leading up to this match was actually really good. Cena calling out Logan Clown for all of his international problems, using WWE just to buy another Pokemon card. Like, Cena was going off on Logan Clown, but it led to Logan Clown getting the last laugh as he punched John Cena when SmackDown ended as of last week. Now, who wins this match? Come on. You know I gotta go with John Cena. And can this be the last time we ever see Logan Clown on WWE TV? He says he's a full-timer when he's literally a part-timer. So come on. Don't do this to me, WWE. Please just get rid of Logan Clown. I never want to see his face ever again. Now, the last match of the show, which I'm assuming this is going to be the main event, is for the World Heavyweight Championship in a fatal 4-way as Seth Rollins defends the world title against Jey Uso, Yeet, LA Knight, yeah, and CM Punk. Sorry, I got nothing for him. So, obviously, throughout the past number of weeks, and I've talked about this on my Raw reviews, Raw always starts with the Vision, and then they always end with the Vision. Like, this has been going on for the past number of months. Now, unfortunately, I am going to have to say that the winner of this is unfortunately going to be Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins will unfortunately retain the World Heavyweight Champion because obviously he's not going to lose that anytime soon. He just won the title at SummerSlam, so he can't lose it that quick. For Jey Uso, well, Roman Reigns basically called out the haters on why Jey Uso was there, because Jey Uso deserves to be in there. For LA Knight, he has been feuding with the Vision since Money in the Bank. And as for CM Punk, well, he hasn't forgotten what Seth Rollins did to him at SummerSlam. And like I said, Seth Rollins is not losing the World Heavyweight Championship anytime soon, because it looks like he might be holding it until WrestleMania. But anyways, guys, that is my Clash in Paris predictions. What are your predictions? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell for more videos, follow me on Twitter at Ethan's Toy Show, and I'll see you in the next one.